All right, let's get real. MLM is an awesome opportunity to grow an asset, but what's with all these old school tactics still being taught? If you're like me, you want modern methods to scale and automate your business. Let's put the marketing back into network marketing and stop using hope as a business strategy. Welcome to Not Your Mom's MLM Radio. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Not Your Mom's MLM. I am your host, Jennifer Powers, and I'm excited that you're back. So the last couple of episodes, it's so funny, right? Like I coach people on how to build their brand authentically and represent who they are when they're doing a live Facebook Live video, or they're doing a YouTube video, or they're putting out any kind of content whatsoever. And I'm always like, let loose, right? Let it go. Just be you. Jump up and down, do a little dance, sing a little song, do something that gets you feeling like you before you hit play or publish or go live or whatever it is. And already at the first couple episodes of this podcast, I have to laugh at myself because it's so serious, which is crazy because I'm not so serious at all. So hopefully as time goes on, I don't know why either, because I've done a bajillion videos and published content, so many countless times. But for some reason, it came across very, very serious. So I'm going to work on that. And for those of you watching this on YouTube, hopefully you'll see a little bit more smiling and goofiness, because that's how I roll. And if you're listening on the podcast, hopefully you're at least hearing that in my voice. So anyway, how are you doing? Okay, so this episode, what so far, what you've heard is a lot of the things that I do not care for, shall we say, in the wonderful industry of MLM and network marketing. Things like belly to belly, the home party hell that, gosh, I just cringe at. I certainly do not plan on ever doing that ever again. You've also heard me be a little blunt and a little bit in your face. And so if you're just tuning in and you're just joining and this is, your first exposure to me, then sorry, not sorry. But just, word of caution here is that I don't tiptoe over issues. I like to give it to you straight. And so there's a very high chance that I could rub certain people the wrong way. But as they say, you got to be okay with that. And I'm okay with that, because being real and delivering truth is more of a concern than your opinion. So on the way I'm delivering it, and if you agree or disagree, and you know what? I welcome all the disagreements and all the conversations that can come from that. But let's get to it. Okay? So this episode, what I want to do is I just want to reiterate again. We were talking about the old school methods and tactics that a lot of people still use. And so those were the previous episodes, just to give you a little bit of background on who I was and my take on all those things. But what I really want to do here now is talk to you about how, if you're not going to do those methods, if you're not going to do those things, what are you going to do, right? How are you going to set yourself apart? There's a term in marketing called red ocean. It's not a term. Well, yeah, it is a term. Red ocean, blue ocean. If you're not familiar with what that is, think about it for a sec. Anyone like Shark Week? I'm a huge Shark Week geek. Love everything sharks. Swam with them, love them, terrified of them. But for the sake of this definition, or how I can best explain to you the marketing term, when you think red ocean, blue ocean, when you think of a red ocean, you think of a feeding frenzy, right? There's blood in the water. There's thousands of sharks all going for the kill and feeding. And in marketing, in network marketing, that's pretty much where everybody's at when you think of the internet, and how network marketers typically are using social media to try and build their business, because it's all about the sale and the hunt and the close. It's so heavily pushed. Gotta close, gotta go for the close, gotta push that sale. And while I'm the first person to admit that, yes, network marketing is sales, and hell, everything in life is really sales. Right now, I'm selling my knowledge to you. I'm selling myself, my expertise to you. You do that every day as well, right? From just trying to find, if you're going to therapy, you're trying to almost, instead of always interviewing this possible therapist, you're almost selling yourself. When you are talking to your teacher, your kid's teacher at school, you're selling how good of a parent you are. I mean, the list can go on and on. Every single thing in life is sales. And if you're resistant to that, not only are you not going to be successful, but you better get out of this industry because it is about sales. That being said, sales and the way that it's gone about in this industry is just so messed up. It's so wrong because it's always about the hard sell and the close, and it's less about attracting the ideal clients, customers, prospects to you. And it's always, everybody always says, do attraction marketing, do curiosity marketing, yet they'll throw up a post that they think is good or that they copied from 15 other people, and then they'll still put into practice the hunt. They will still go and message 20 strangers. They will still send the same copy and paste messages. They will still do the same follow-up methods and messages. And it's just, it's no good. And it doesn't work. It can work, but it's exhausting and it's not an efficient use of your time. So, what do you do differently? How do you get out of that red ocean, that feeding frenzy, that crazy competitive, the place that you don't want to be? Because here's why. Not only is it competitive in the entire market, but you're also competing in-house against your own team, your upline, your downline, everybody in your company. So how do you go from the red ocean to the wonderful, great, big, beautiful blue ocean, where that shark is swimming for miles and miles and there is not another shark in sight? Competition's not there. It's not nearly as stressful. It's a heck of a lot more fun to swim around when you got no crowds, nobody crowding you, and nobody fighting for the same piece of meat, right? So you got to go from the hunter to the hunted. You want to be the person that people are knocking down your door and saying, I saw what you got. I like what you got. How do I get what you got? Right? How do I partner with you? How do I get that product that you're talking about? After they've already been qualified, after they've already been marketed to, can we agree that is such, it's just so much nicer, right? Now, some of you listening to this may be thinking, okay, that sounds like a dream. It sounds like a fantasy. It doesn't sound like that's real life, because you've been doing things the way you've been taught to no fault of your own. And maybe you have even been told, right, that what I'm saying, what I'm talking about is just hype, is just like a woo-woo, it's like a unicorn thing. It's just not real, right? It sounds too good to be true, so it probably is, right? You've probably been told by upline or leaders that you got to run from funnels and automation because it's not duplicatable and it's so much more involved and it's so hard and only like 1 in a bajillion people actually make that work, and this is the way to do it. This is, just don't try to reinvent the wheel. Don't go against the grain. Don't swim uphill. Like, follow what we've done. It does work. Yes, it does. But there's a certain type of person that it works for, and that type of person is resistant or impenetrable when it comes to rejections left and right and objections all the time, and they have tons. And I look to them like, wow, good for you, man. That is rare. You're the anomaly. That is the exception, not the rule. You're going to find way less of those types of people that have it in them to go through and build that old way, no matter how long it takes, no matter how difficult it is, no matter what. So I want to just call out the elephant in the room, or I want to call, that's not the right word. I want to just put it out there that if you've been told that automation and funnels and bots and all that is not duplicatable, that's nonsense, because it absolutely is. In fact, it is way more duplicatable than everything else that is told on how to build this networking business. If you are around someone or the right people that can teach you about this, which I'm going to be doing that for you, obviously, but we're going to talk about how to create an offer so that you are unique, that you are not like all the other 50 sharks in that red ocean, that you're this beautiful blue shark in this blue ocean that does not have the competition, does not have those problems. And the reason why it's so duplicatable, once you find what makes you unique around you and your offer and your product, not only is it such a clarity, this awakening that you have this major clarity, but you also have everything in place, right? You already have a funnel that's already built, and all you got to do then is plug in your pieces to it. And you have this beautiful automation machine going to work for you. And that's really as simple as it has to be. Now, is it all simple and it's cake and it's so easy? Absolutely not. Everything that's worthwhile takes hard work and takes learning. But my question to you is, if you know you have to learn something anyway, would you rather learn how to have home parties and how and study the scripts of initial messaging to warm market, cold market, the follow-up scripts, the closing scripts, all the tactics of finding these certain Facebook groups, or how to do Instagram stories, or and all these things are good things, but you just understand you have to learn those. So all that I'm talking about is learning something a little bit different that creates more automation in your life. So if you're somebody who already is spread thin for time, if you're somebody who is just so tired of doing things that haven't yielded crazy good results or any results, if you're somebody who is a forward thinker and somebody who is ahead of the trends and sees where the future, see where we're looking and going towards and what direction, which is automation, which is building through the internet and tools, then you're in the right place, because that's what we're here to talk about. So I just want to end it with saying that, if you know that you're unique, you know that what you bring to the table is different than what Susie Q or Johnny or whoever brings to the table. You have the same product and you have the same opportunity, but you are not the same. You are not the same as this guy over here, this girl over here. You're going to have similarities with some people, but you still have a different set of stories and experiences that you've gone through that made you who you are. You have a different background. You have a different area of expertise and knowledge and everything else that you bring to the table at this point. I want to help you tap into that uniqueness and help you create an offer around all of that, incorporating your MLM, and you will have a home run grand slam offer that's so irresistible, that's so sexy, that when putting all these pieces of the puzzle together, building your business this way will look polar opposite, so different than how you've been building before. So stick with me, because the next episode, we're going to go even deeper into this. And also, if you have not done so already, I would so appreciate you to rate this podcast, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, obviously that, and then also leave feedback, because it's super helpful, and I would really appreciate it. And then lastly, if you want to get the book that really sparked all of this journey for me, changed everything for me, my business has never looked the same since reading it, then I want you to go to notyourmomsmlm.com/book. You're going to get a free book there and a ton of extra value and freebies that I've thrown in there, just because I really want to pay it forward. And I want to help a lot of you just really take things to the next level. So do that if you haven't done so already and you want it, grab it, and I'll see you on the next episode.
Hey, thanks for listening. Please remember to subscribe and leave feedback. Would you like a copy of the book that changed everything in my network marketing business? If so, you can grab a free copy of Network Marketing Secrets at notyourmomsmlm.com/book.